Good afternoon, everyone. And I hope all of you are doing fine. Now, the topic that we are taking today is resource waste view analysis, or as we say, RVW. Now, see what is the resource based view? You have studied in economics that resource is probably a most important asset that an organization has, or for that matter, you cannot do anything without a resource. Now, this view suggests that as we have studied in first semester about SWOT analysis, and we have studied about environment, internal as well as external, and we studied that how important it is internal environment, because if internally you are good, if internally you have the competency, then you definitely can survive. An internal environment consists of your vision, mission, and your human resource, which is very very important, and other intellectual property rights that you have or you build on. External environment is, matter of fact, is the environment that largely remains to be uncontrollable. But if you can control that, there's nothing like it. That's exactly why you get job for to predict. But largely, we accommodate ourselves to the external environment. That's the reason resource-based view says that a firm should look within. What do you mean by a firm should look within? Which means rather than going for an external environment, rather than going for external changes and then accommodating to change those changes, let us look if we have anything internally where we could gain competitive advantage. You make a vision statement, fine. You make a mission statement, fine. But what do you do to achieve it? You need to see, first and foremost, and the most important thing is your human resource. The people that are there. Whether it's the manufacturing industry, whether it's the service industry, people plays a very, very important role, particularly in service economy. Not that they don't play the role in manufacturing economy. So when you look at the resource-based view, it says, look internal, go into your internal environment, find out what are the things that you can bring, improve, and move forward with. It could be your technology or your technique which is developed internally by your human resource. Like in resource based view, what do you have? Do you have advantage in land? Do you have advantage in labor? Do you have advantage in capital? And if you have that advantage, then how you can move forward? Now, moving forward to your VRW analysis or VRV analysis. I'm speaking W, that's wrong. Research based view, yeah, starts with V. Sorry. Now, when you talk about research based view, there's one analysis that's closely associated with it, or a parameter which is known as VRIN, and later it was changed to VRIO. Now, V here stands for valuable. Find out, do you have anything that is very valuable? Now, valuable could be the brand value, brand name, logo, equity. Okay, people look at thumbs up. They look at the thumbs and they say it's thumbs up. But do you think it's made up in a day? No, it's not made up in a day. It takes time. In a service industry, when you talk about IM, why do you talk about Indian Institute of Management, by the way, to do MBA from? Why? Or why from only select IMs? Because their brand is so valuable, others find it hard to replicate. I can, let's say, if permitted, I can open up an IM Dehradun with the name of Indian Institute of Management Dehradun. You think it can compete to IM? If I'm allowed to use the name, no, it cannot, because how do you replicate the culture? So first is the valuable. What? Second, rare. Is there anything that is rare? आप ही के पास है, किसी और के पास नहीं है. Yes. Taking the same example, faculties, very rare to find the faculties to sustain them, to retain them, and above all, if anyone wants to leave or if you don't want to retain, then it's very hard to fill the place because you cannot change, you cannot replace a man to man in services or for that matter anywhere because any person coming with that experience is lying somewhere at the top in some other firm. Third, imitate. If there is something in you which can be imitated by anyone, for example, if I can imitate anybody's teaching style or if somebody can imitate my teaching style, then my teaching style loses. And same goes with the other person. So can you imitate that culture, that vibes, that vibration? If you cannot, then that belongs to you. And then, no, ownership, object that cannot be owned. What is it that I can't take from you, which definitely belongs to you, which does not belong to anyone? Let me take an example. Sudarshan Chakra is with Lord Krishna. It's not with everyone. That's one of the resource or a tool that he uses. Trinetra, the third eye is with Lord Shiva. Every second person doesn't have it. Brahmastra is with Lord Brahma. Everybody again doesn't have it. Vajra of Indra, people doesn't have it. Vijay Dhanush of Karna, given to him by Lord Parshuram, everybody doesn't have it. Now, these are some of the internal assets that nobody can replicate. So, do you have something valuable? Find out. It could be anything. For me, human resource is the most important factor of any internal environment of a company. It's hard to recruit. Once recruited, it's hard to train. Once trained, you've got to retain it. If you can't retain it, sorry, today or tomorrow, you will go down. Make no mistake, you will. What is it that is rare? It's only with you. When you talk about Toyota, technology. Only technology and technology and technology. JIT, just in time. It's there in the books, but have everybody replicated it? Imitate. Can you imitate? Well, if a simple management institute can imitate, IIM Ahmedabad or MIT in engineering or National University of Singapore, and you are a champion, man. You don't require anything, but do it. Do it. And if you can own anything, something that is with me, see, I can have a machine. That machine can be owned by me. You can also own that machine, so the advantage goes down. But the methodology that I use and the methodology that you use may be different. So this is looking inward to what resource you have and how you can move forward. Going forward to it, you have VRIO analysis. V for valuable, R for rare, I for imitated, O for how our organization open, or how our O stands here for organization. How do they take this thing? How do they adapt to this thing? How do they really capture all those that they have? It's easy to make a vision statement. I'm not saying that it's that easy, but it's still easy when you make a vision statement or a mission statement. But are you really following that vision statement or a mission statement? I say I'm an honest man. That's my vision statement. But actually, am I? If I am, then the vision statement justifies it. Or if I don't write a vision statement that I am an honest man, but I am an honest man, people will say he is an honest man. So, internally what you do, what you write, results in the development of a culture. And mind you, for me, yeah, that's up to you to question. Culture again is a resource Let me tell you, I am saying that culture is a resource and it cannot be imitated. India has a diverse culture, united by so many religions, and we are moving forward. Same with the company. So please look at the resource based view, which says whatever resource you have, work on it, work on your internal strength, and compete through your internal strength and forget about external. Because if you're good internally, externally you will manage. For example, if you're interested in cricket, you are a very good batsman with technique. You go to Australia to bounce the pitches. Well, if you have a technique, you will survive, and that's the reason why Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar survived. Why others made run only on Indian pitches and they made run Indian pitches as well as outside pitches also, because internally they were very strong. So that's with regard to V analysis, or research based view analysis, which culminates into VRI and then to VRIO. I'm not here playing with these alphabets, but look within, find out what is your strength, and develop that strength so that at least you're not beatable in that strength. Thanks for today. Tomorrow I look forward again for the next analysis. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.